Hello everyone, John Donnelly Swanee from Your Holistic Academy. A very special guest with me today, Caroline McDonagh. How are you doing today, Caroline?
Hi, John. Very well, thank you.
Good stuff. Great to see you, Caroline. And we got a chance to work together with the Your Holistic Academy project and the fluid human concept, and it's about collaboration between holistic practitioners. So you've got a program coming up with Joanne Callahan, who's a sleep expert, and of course you're a nutrition expert.
That's right. So we'll be starting that program in January, and it's a 6-week series of masterclasses, really, for 90 minutes. And we're going to be giving people loads of information to help them optimize their health, their well-being, their energy, their performance, help them understand the essentials of nutrition and the essentials of getting a good sleep. And we'll be encouraging them to work on a workbook we'll be giving them. We'll have them in a private Facebook group where we'll be giving them loads of support. So it's a very comprehensive program where we'll be holding their hand through it.
Yeah.
We help them.
Brilliant, Caroline. And before we talk about you, we'll talk a little bit about Joanne. Joanne is a sleep expert, has got years and years and years of experience as a sleep expert, and has written a bestseller, How to Get a Good Night's Sleep. So how long do you and Joanne know each other?
Well, we've met through some of the networking groups, actually through lockdown, but we got on very well together straight away. And I think what both of us have in mind for helping people really complements each other. So it's very important that people get a good sleep, and it's very important that people know about nutrition. And both of us will be helping them also to manage stress, give them tips to reduce stress. And so I'm really happy to work with Joanne on this.
Yeah, brilliant, Caroline. So tell us a little bit about your own work in your own practice in nutrition. You've spent what, 20 years now or something more, is it?
Yes, John. Started when I was very, very young. So yes, I'm a holistic and clinical nutritionist, and I've been lecturing on diplomas in nutrition for over 20 years, and also lecturing on diplomas in health coaching and teaching health cookery, teaching nutrition for the mind and concentration and memory. And I'm also a life coach and a holistic psychotherapist, an NLP coach. I'm a corporate trainer. I'm an international speaker. So I love the whole of health and well-being and being able to help people and make a difference in a very natural but effective way to them.
Yeah, and it's the holistic approach to health and wellness that I guess you went on that journey early in life because of your own personal journey, was it? Your own circumstances?
That's right, John. I was very ill when I was a teenager, and I got a serious virus that basically affected my immune system, my nervous system, my muscular system. Now, at the time, we didn't know what it was. It took years for it to be diagnosed. And I got very ill and lost the power on my right side. I had a lot of pain. I was very tired. I was doing my best to continue. I did my leaving cert via tape because I wasn't able to write it. I had lots of friends helping me in university. I was studying a degree in commerce at the time. And but sadly, I got more and more ill to the point where I was very dependent on my parents to help me, even with the basic day-to-day functions of living. So at the time, because the doctors didn't really know, they didn't give me a good prognosis at all. And actually, they told my father, make the house wheelchair ready. Now, thankfully, he didn't tell me all of that. And I started looking into self-development, personal development, the whole area of nutrition, the mind, supplements, anything that could help me naturally. And my parents and family were very supportive in that. And I started changing my diet. I found out at the time I had lots of intolerances and allergies, which when I removed them from my diet made a difference. I started on supplements. But I also studied the whole area of the mind, using the power of your mind to help you achieve your goals. I practiced visualization, and gradually, bit by bit, I started to improve and get healthier. And then I just really felt I had to use what I had been through to help other people. And I had tried every diet under the sun myself. So the whole idea of being a nutritionist really appealed to me. So I went on and studied as a holistic nutritionist, clinical nutritionist, holistic preventative medicine practitioner, psychotherapist, yoga teacher, body sculpting teacher, everything I could think of really to help other people, and use what I had been through to help other people as well.
Yeah, so it's like it's more like a vocation, Caroline, than it.
It is. Yes, I'm very passionate about making a difference to people, and I think there's a lot we can do to help ourselves by getting the right nutrition, by getting the right sleep, the right exercise, and by using our mind in the right way.
Yeah, and like I talk to people all the time about the holistic concept of life, like the physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and energetic. So all the layers, if you like. So you've sort of gone through all those layers, if you like, in your own journey, Caroline. Yeah.
That's right, and I'd be very into treating people as a whole person, not just treating them for one symptom. So I do one-to-one consultations with people also, and then I take their whole history into account. And when I'm working with them and giving them, we'll say, their coaching programs or the healthy eating programs, it's very, very holistic. And that's why I studied, you know, as a life coach and a health coach and all that also, and the psychotherapy end of things. Because even say if people were coming to me for a diet for weight loss, often they were comfort eating, or maybe eating if they were stressed, or, you know, eating for other reasons. So really combining the two, the mind and the good nutrition, makes a huge difference. And that way we can help them achieve their goals better also.
Yeah, sure. And like, it's a lot of huge emotional issues around food as well, isn't there? Like
there can be, absolutely, John. Yeah, and even with some weight loss clients, we have to help them release the weight, help them see that they can be in their best shape, as well as educating them. I feel when people understand the importance of good nutrition, it can make a big difference to them. And when they understand the effect of different foods on the body, that can also make a big difference. Sometimes people just need a bit more awareness and education around the whole area.
Yeah, that's brilliant, Caroline. So tell us a little bit more about your experience this year, because obviously it was a tough year with you know, trying to treat people on a one-to-one basis, because you can't really meet people. So you've gone online for a lot of what you do now, I think.
Yes. Online can be very good for meeting people outside of our area and even outside of the country. And we can do consultations online, coaching programs online, training online. One of the projects I've been working on is with a hair company developing a supplement for hair growth, helping hair grow thicker and longer and all that. And we developed a very natural supplement. I formulated it so that it gives loads of health benefits, as well as helping the hair, skin and nails. And we were very effective at promoting that product, and actually it won Best Supplement for Hair in the Hair Awards 2020. So there are ways we can pivot and help people. Also, I found this year stress has affected people a lot. So it's very important to help them be able to manage with stress better, cope with it better, give them tools and techniques for that also.
Sure, yeah. I mean, even the mental health, I guess, I mean, with all this disconnection, if you like, people are sort of disconnected from their sort of core circle of friends and stuff like that even. So that causes huge issues as well, Caroline, yeah?
Absolutely. And things like working online and doing online courses can be very helpful for people to have chats online with people, see other people online. There's been great resources with classes and courses throughout the year, and I would encourage people to take those up and avail of them. It can be a good time for learning more about a topic they might be interested in, but even connecting with people like this, being able to talk to people and see people, can be very good.
Yeah, Brilliant. So tell us a little bit more about the upcoming workshops, Caroline. So with yourself and Joanne. So it's a 6-week, and it's going to be run over Zoom, yeah?
That's right, and it will be live, so we'll be there, you know, giving people the information live, and there will be chance for them to ask us questions during the webinar, after the webinar, and also in the support group, the Facebook group. So we will really be holding people's hands, literally, to help them get the best results.
Yeah, and what sort of clientele do you think, Caroline, would benefit most from this workshop?
Well, to be honest, John, I think everyone could, because a lot of people, even themselves, admit there's room for improvement in their diet, in their healthy eating plan, and that they can always learn more about it. And again, especially because of what's been going on this year, some people are finding their sleep has been affected. So Joanne will be given loads of help in a very practical way from that point of view. But we're covering a lot of different topics. So I'm going to start off by really educating people on nutrition and the importance of a balanced diet.
Yeah.
And a lot of people aren't getting that balance in their diet. So it's important to get the balance, first of all, of our macronutrients, our protein, our fats, our carbohydrates, your micronutrients, your vitamins, your minerals, you know, the right amount of water to drink, all the phytonutrients, and have that well balanced. And I'll also be talking about weight management, because people, you might have heard, might have put on the COVID stone or 2 stone. But we want people to get into their best shape in a very healthy way, and not do crash diets. I'm not a fan of crash diets, because say, for example, there's some diets out there that people might read in a magazine or see online and that, and yes, you might lose weight, but sadly, if there's not enough protein in the diet, or if it's lacking in essential nutrients, people might lose muscle. And if you lose muscle, then your metabolism slows down. And it might look like you weigh less on the scales, but then when you go back eating again, because you have a slower metabolism, you put on fat easier. And I'm sure you've heard of people saying that, you know, they're doing this yo-yo dieting, they lose weight, and then they put on the weight again and much more. So that's very detrimental to their body. So the way I would encourage people to do it is in a very safe, natural, balanced way. But I will be educating people on that, you know, so that they'll have a better understanding about it. And I'll be talking about different diet plans people can follow.
Sure, yeah. And it's like, I mean, there's so much wealth of books out there on the bookshelves around, and all the fad diets and all sorts of stuff. But really, somebody needs an expert really to come and, as you say, hold their hand and talk them through, because there's so much into it, isn't it, Carol? There's just so much.
Absolutely.
People get confused, like,
Yeah, and say like when I go do a consultation with a person, everyone is unique. So we tailor programs to suit that person. I don't just hand out diet sheets, because people can have other issues going on, you know, and getting that personally tailored diet is very important for them on a one-to-one. And then when I work with groups, or even like this on the course, we will be limiting numbers so that we can give everyone plenty of attention, you know, and they will, in the questions and answers section, be able to ask about maybe their personal issues or things they're wondering about. So again, it will be quite tailored for them.
Sure. And then if they need to work individually with yourself or Joanne afterwards, then obviously you'd be available for them to. It's a brilliant. I love the whole idea of the sort of combining the skill sets of the sleep expert and the nutrition expert. I think that's fantastic. I think it's great. That's a great concept, and delighted that
And another topic we'll be talking about is the immune system, because that's really important, and we can do a lot to support our immune system. And nutrition is vital. A lot of people would say it's like your first line of defense, and then getting adequate sleep is super important for your immune system, which Joanne will explain. But just even to give people a few tips for your immune system and for general health to the listeners here. First of all, I would encourage people to watch the amount of sugar they're taking in. And if you can remember, we shouldn't have any more than about 6 teaspoons of sugar a day, according to the World Health Organization. And each teaspoon is about 4 grams. So no more than 24 grams. Foods and labels, you could take that in very easily. For example, a can of certain types of fizzy drink, and I won't name names, contains about 10 teaspoons of sugar. Wow. And I would be a bit concerned that over Christmas people might overindulge. Now, I'm not expecting people to be fanatical or anything, but just keep in mind that there's sugar in a lot of foods you wouldn't even think there's sugar in. Even some types of bread have sugar. Even some types of smoked salmon now have sugar in it. It's in some types of turkey and bacon and things like that. So these are things that people mightn't think there's sugar in, and yet it all adds up in the day. So watch out for those hidden sugars. Get used to reading labels, and on labels, ingredients have to be listed according to their highest ingredient. So if sugar is up high, that means there's a lot of it in the food. And also if you look at the listings, you know, where it says protein, carbohydrate and fat, under carbohydrates, it will say of which sugars. So really just be more aware. I mean, if you buy a tin of baked beans, there's sugar in it. In a lot of brands of tomato ketchup, there's sugar. In a lot of cereals, there's sugar. So just really be aware of it, because it has a very detrimental effect on our body. It does lead to fat retention. It does contribute to adult onset diabetes. It can harm your teeth, obviously. It can harm even your skin. It can even affect your hair. But it can have a detrimental effect overall on our bodies. And obviously, when we take in high sugar foods or processed foods, it raises our blood sugar level. Our body produces insulin to deal with it. And having those kind of high and lows, those spikes of sugar, isn't good for our body. It can affect our mood also. So, you know, even if people take away one tip from today, watch your sugar levels, but it can affect your immune system, you know. And, you know, it just for the immune system as well, make sure you're getting in plenty of fruit and vegetables, especially ones that are high in vitamin C. Vitamin C is good for our immune system. Some people may need to take a supplement of vitamin D if they're not getting enough from their foods. You will get vitamin D in foods like your oily fish, your butter, your egg yolks, but vegans and vegetarians have to look out for it. Zinc is an important mineral to look out for as well. We get that in things like meat and fish and shellfish. For vegans and vegetarians, you'll get in things like pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, but it isn't as absorbable. So just watch your overall diet, cut down on the sugars, cut down on processed foods, white flour foods, make sure you have plenty of fruit and vegetables, good sources of protein, the good fats, like your omega-3s are excellent for our skin, for our brain power, for working on things like keeping cholesterol low, blood pressure, oiling up our joints. So obviously oily fish is a great source of that. Again, for vegans and vegetarians, things like linseed oil is good.
So you mentioned brain power there, Caroline. I mean, your diet, I mean, maybe people don't sort of, you know, maybe wouldn't be conscious of this all the time, but your diet has got a super impact on the way your mind is actually working.
Absolutely. And it is another topic we'll be talking about in the course, because again, sleep as well as nutrition can affect it. But if you're getting those highs and lows of your blood sugar level, it affects your moods, but it also affects your energy levels. And when your energy levels are low, it can be harder to think clearer. And also some people, when they take in a lot of sugar, they describe to me like having a brain fog. you know, so it's harder to think clearer. So that's another good reason for reducing sugar. Getting in vitamins like B vitamins can be very good for mental performance. Like vitamins like B5 in particular can be good. It's known as pantothenic acid. You will get B vitamins from your vegetables, and you will get it from your whole grains, but B vitamins generally are water soluble. We need to take them in every day. So if you are having vegetables, which I definitely encourage people to take, try not to overboil them, because you can lose B vitamins into the cooking water. There's a lot of things. Even getting in the right amounts of protein can help with your brain power. If people are low in protein, it can affect you, because proteins are made up of amino acids. We need them for every single cell in our body. A lot of people are aware of the importance of protein for your muscles, but mightn't realize that you need amino acids for the neurotransmitters in your brain. So it's very important. Those omega-3s are very important for your brain power as well. So again, there's lots we can do nutrition-wise to help.
Brilliant, Caroline. And I mean, especially coming into the Christmas season now, people tend to overindulge a bit. So like January is a time for people to set new goals, and so this could be the perfect course for people starting out in January.
Absolutely. And I'll be using my experience as a life coach and health coach to help people with their goal setting. And Joanne also has expertise in the health and wellness area. So again, we'll be encouraging people on that, teaching you how to visualize your goals. But even any of the listeners here today, it's to have goals, and you can start thinking about your goals now so that you're ready to really go for them in January. But obviously there's no better day to start than today. So it's good if you can have specific goals, and that you can write them out in detail, and that they're measurable goals, they're achievable goals, realistic goals, and that you can set a time or a target for your goals. And the more detail you can write them out in, the better. So obviously definitely start working on that today, and we will be going into that in more detail in the course. And when I'm working with my coaching clients, I encourage them to do that and talk them through that in more detail.
Brilliant, Carla. And like, just tell us about the 1st of January, people buy a gym membership. How many last to the end of January?
Very few last, John, you know. But again, the stronger your goal, the better. So if people just have it as a wishy-washy goal, if they're not committed, then they're less likely to go to the gym, especially on cold, dark, wetter days, you know. But it's like, say, I often say to my weight loss clients, how much of them wants to lose the weight and get into better shape, and how much of them wants to eat that donut or that bar of chocolate, and the part of them that's stronger is going to win out. So therefore, work with clients to get their goals really strong and get them committed to their goals, and then they're much more likely to achieve them.
Brilliant, Carla. So this is going to be more like a complete lifestyle change.
Absolutely.
For people, it's not just diet and nutrition,
we'll be working with their health, their well-being, their lifestyle. We'll be giving them loads of tips. Both of us have lots of experience in all these areas. You know, and we've both invested a lot in continuing education and keeping up to date with the latest research, in doing lots of work on personal development and self-development, so that we can help our clients even more.
Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be an absolutely brilliant course, Caroline, between yourself and Joanne. And there's a special offer at the moment, I think, for the next few days. So maybe it's a good time for people to avail of that special offer,
Definitely. And I would say it's an investment. See it as an investment in yourself and the rest of your life. People often pay more attention to their cars than they do to themselves. They wouldn't go and put milk in their car because it wouldn't go, it would get all clogged up.
Yeah.
And yet a lot of people feed themselves on all sorts of dead, devitalized, processed foods and expect that that they should have good energy, but you have to give your body the right fuel.
Yeah.
You know, our cells are constantly reproducing, but they can only do that according to the quality of the nutrients we take into our bodies. So if our bodies don't have the right nutrients, they can't replicate the cells to a high degree of perfection. And then that contributes to the aging process. So I would encourage people to think of it like that you're fueling your body, you're nourishing your cells, and then your cells have the nutrients to make more perfect copies of each other. And then that's going to help our overall health and well-being. So even having that awareness around your nutrition can make a huge difference.
Yeah, brilliant, Caroline. I mean, it's just incredible the wealth of knowledge that you have, and it's brilliant. And so, I mean, obviously, we're delighted with in the Your Holistic Academy to be part of this project and to bring yourself and Joanne together onto the same platform. I think it's a brilliant collaboration. So we're going to put all the details in the comments about how we can reach out to you personally, Caroline. You've got your own website and all your own social media and all that stuff as well, yeah?
Yes, John, great. And I'm always passionate about helping people make a difference. And like everything we do is very natural, but yet it's very effective. And we can help people look, feel, and be their best in a natural way, but also educate people so that they have a good understanding for the rest of their life, literally. So I would encourage people to invest in their health. Your health is your wealth at the end of the day.
Yeah, I love that, Caroline. So listen, thank you so much. We'll put all the details in the comments, and anybody who's listening in, guys, I think this is going to be a brilliant start to the new year for anyone, to focus in on a much more energetic and healthy year for next year. Yeah.
Absolutely, John.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Caroline, and looking forward to the workshops. Yeah.
Thank you.
Take care. Thank you.
Take care.